What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel, Stillwater's Fishing. Also, James with Midwest Kayak Company. Today, we're going to do something a little bit different. We're going to talk about the Nucanoe Unlimited U10. This kayak is 10 foot 10 inches long, 41 inches wide, really big a wide kayak, and 72 pounds. Not all that heavy for the width and all the features you have. Let's dive into this thing. All right, guys, starting at the front of the kayak, you've got your typical carrying handle, but Nucanoe puts a real nice beefy one on here. It's also got a nutsert built in for future rigging accessories. This plate right here is super awesome. It actually is made to knock out different holes for whatever options you want for a motor or for lights in the front, whatever. Then if you want to get rid of all that, you can actually take this plate off and replace it with a new plate from Nucanoe. Awesome feature. As kayakers, you all know tracks are everything. And the U10 has no shortage of tracks. This thing has got tracks here, here. You got a track down the center. Your seat tracks actually run almost the entire length of the cockpit. Awesome, awesome deal. Really cool thing about that is you can actually add a second seat. This kayak is stable enough for two people to be in it at the same time. I've been in this kayak myself at ICAST just a few months ago, and I cannot say enough about how stable it is. I stood up in it immediately, didn't even think about it, rocked it back and forth. I don't know that you could flip one of these. So having all these features is great. More rigging options. You've got plates right here that actually are the same thing that you have in the front. You can knock holes in this, put your through-hole wiring kits in it, things like that, run wires, and if you want to get rid of it, get a new plate, and you've got one on both sides. If you're a tournament angler, they have this thing set up and ready for you to go. Catch board, obviously one of the standard things. Yak Attack leaderboard as well now. It has a shelf built in to set your leaderboard on. Just little things like that make this thing absolutely incredible. All right, most everybody knows, if you're familiar with Nucanoe, the swivel seat is a big, big thing for them. This is no different. You've got a 360 swivel seat. You can spin around, fish out the back, fish out the sides. It's plenty stable, so you can spin this thing around with no problems of tipping over, anything like that. And man, I just can't say enough about the option to have that swivel seat. As fishermen, you know, it's really handy to have a rod close to you when you're fishing, not just thrown back in your black pack, which is fine, you need that. But having a place to put a rod right next to you with a good place for your reel to sit is super important, and Nucanoe thought of some things with this. They started with this reel bay, place to put your reel, and then the rod cave is a place to put the butt into your rod so that it kind of captures it. And then if you move to the front, your rod just lays right across here into a channel right here. So nice and safe, keeps it out of the way for you, and it keeps it kind of handled. Moving just a little bit further back, you've got a flush mount rod holder here, as well as one that matches on the other side. And they're highly angled. Kick your rods way back so they're out of the way for casting with your other rods. They think of everything with it. Hole access and storage are important things when you're talking about kayak fishing or trips on a kayak. And you've got this nice hatch back here, which acts as a hole access as well. You could put a few dry bags in there, stuff them in, throw them on a rope so you can pull them back. You've got a nice access back there. You've got nice tracks right here for different mounting, you know, accessories, things like that. And this is one of my favorite things at the back of the kayak is this big pull handle that actually rotates down out of the way. This is super cool. So a kayak is a kayak because really of the hull. Obviously some design features on top, but this is what floats you. These are made to be super stable. They all, you know, it's pretty much a flat bottom boat with all these different tracking grooves and things like that. Different design features that make this thing move through the water. And one really cool thing is you've got a big transducer spot here. For you guys with side scan that have these big long transducers, Nucanoe actually makes an attachment to drop your transducer down below your hull. And that gives you the ability to do your side scan. And then you get in some shallow water, you pull it up, you're done. All right, guys, so that's a little bit about the U10. I know it's not a really in-depth walkthrough, but I want to give you some ideas of some of the features they've thought about with this. You know, one other thing is this nice pulley system. You got a cleat right here and pad eyes that run down the length of the kayak. That could work as a motor lift, or you could use it for a variety of things. And speaking of that, propulsion is, you know, one question on everybody's mind. So obviously you could take this kayak and paddle it, no doubt. There's a paddle holder right here. It's a clip-in paddle holder like the taco style. There's one on each side, so you can put it on either side, whatever you want to do. Gives you options. You can do the EPS system from Nucanoe, which is a fully integrated electric propulsion system. Works really, really well. Newport motor, custom designed for Nucanoe. You could do a 2.5 horse outboard. You could do their pivot drive, which would mount here. Foot controlled steering. You could do hand steering. There's lots of options with these kayaks. Way too many to mention, but they have literally thought of everything when they designed this. Big hatches in the front that you can mount to your gear tracks in the front. I mean, just bukus of things. So if you want to learn more about this kayak, check out Midwest Kayak Company. Send me a message, connect, and we'll see you next time.